Hello everyone, it's P Millie back at it again. I want to get into the video about being bipolar and what it is to go through it. I've been bipolar since I was 17 years old, and I've been taking medicine for it and everything like that. Um, it hasn't been easy, but it wasn't hard to basically own it and accept it. And so I know a lot of people might be saying, "Oh, bipolar is just a way to excuse." Like they'll use, like people will say, the term bipolar is a way to excuse the way people behave and the way people act, which is not at all true. I was going to say not entirely true, but it's not at all true. Bipolar is something real that people that struggle through it actually go through breakdowns. They go through, hallucinations. They go through all of this stuff, and it's not like we just have like an on and off switch that we can like, turn it on and turn it off when we want. And it's kind of like people have to really understand the magnitude of being mentally challenged. Like if you're fortunate enough like me to have conquered it, like most of it, like conquer it and like achieve and do better even with being bipolar. Like if you're lucky like me, then I salute you and do what you do and keep doing it. But for a lot of people, it's really uncontrollable. Like, that's why like there's a lot of stereotypical ideas and theories that people have that don't know anything about being mentally challenged, and they just feel like, you're just cast off to the side because you're a little mental. And hopefully one day, honestly, I can create some type of business or nonprofit or pro profit or whatever to help people that have mental illnesses, because it is real. Depression is real. It's not fake. It's not a joke. I have several family members that also struggle through mental illness, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's a genetics thing, even though that's what studies suggest. Um, I believe personally that it stems from your environment and how you were raised, and the household you were raised in, and all of that stuff. I think it's an environmental factor. I really don't think it's really genetics, because if it was genetics, then more people would be showing up to the hospital with bipolar symptoms. I don't know, but I don't really think. I mean, it could be a percentage, but I don't really think it's from genetics per se as a whole. I think it has something to do with your environment. But anyway, being bipolar is not easy. You feel sometimes, depending on who you are, you feel left out. You feel neglected. You feel like an outcast, maybe socially awkward. All of those things. You just have to rise above it. If you're bipolar or you're some type of, something like that, you have to like rise above it the most you can, and just not really care what people think. I'm about to be 23 tomorrow, and I have learned a lot since I was 17, 18, how not to really care about people's opinions, how to like live for yourself, you know? And it's just like, once you do those things, you will not care about the judgmental aspects of people in life. Like, you will not care. You just have to do you. Do what makes you happy. Like, for real, I really believe that. On my podcast, I have a podcast on SoundCloud that I have various different topics that I speak about. One of them is mental illness, and that's featuring my mom. Shout out to my mom. And I have relationship advice topics. I have what it is for like women in society, how independent they can be, and how independent they are. I have different topics about different stuff, like spirituality, reality. I just have a whole bunch of different stuff. And if you want to check it out on SoundCloud, I don't know if y'all guys have SoundCloud, but if you do, it's gonna be in the link below. So just click on the link and you'll just go right to my page. But to get back on subject, bipolar is real, depression is real, anxiety, all that shit is real. And I don't think people should take their lives for granted, if you know what I mean. Like, don't take your life for granted because a lot of people wish they could be so-called normal in a normal society, But don't take your life for granted. Like, appreciate everything you have. And for the ones who are going through mental challenges in life in general, all I have to say to you guys is that you have to stay strong in a world that will knock you down, in a world that will not even notice you, not even give 2 cents about you. You gotta stay strong and rise above every obstacle that life gives you on some real talk. You know? So just stay strong, reach out to the ones who care about you, your family and friends. Like, stay in contact with people because the worst thing you want to do is not to stay in contact. And I know when you're depressed, you don't want any type of outside contact with the world. But once you hopefully get out that depression, you can be like, hey, how are you? How you been? Because I was depressed the other day, and let me tell you, I was not trying to talk to anybody. I just wanted to stay in bed. And the depression is kind of like, it's like quicksand. It's like quicksand. Like, once you go into quicksand, it just continually brings you down. It's like you can't escape from it unless you get help from a friend or unless you just give yourself that energy and that motivation just to stop. But it's kind of like once you're in depression, your life doesn't stop. It just like feels hopeless. Like on some real talk, like it feels hopeless. So the best advice I'll give to you guys that are struggling to do stuff like this is to rise above it and find that willpower within yourself to say, you know what, I'm better than this. I'm going to get out of this, and nothing will hold me back. And have some type of belief in yourself, and have some type of faith in the Lord, or whoever you do worship or whatever like that. Have faith, have a belief, and just pray. You know what I'm saying? And just everything will be okay. Because once you think about it, like once you're in that state, you're just thinking all negative thoughts. Like every negative thought comes to your mind. So when those negative thoughts come to your mind, just try your best to replace them with a more positive thought. It's all about replacing your negative thoughts with your positive thoughts. Just replace it with a positive affirmation like, I am going to get through this day. I am going to go outside and go for a walk. I am going to wash the dishes and play some music. Like whatever, like whatever it may be. So just replace that negative thought with a positive one and just like have faith. If you have to write something down to remind yourself that everything's going to be okay, then everything's going to be okay. Why? Because you're speaking it into motion. You're speaking it into existence, and it's on your wall, it's on your bathroom mirror. Like it's everywhere. So that energy can be created to, do positive things. So that's what I want to say to you guys. To all my viewers, I want to say to y'all that I really appreciate y'all watching my videos. It's not like I'm trying to be a YouTuber to get famous. I just think YouTube is such a great platform to express yourselves and your opinions, and that's what I love doing. I love expressing my opinions and feelings about certain things. Right now, I'm in school for communications. So, why not become a YouTuber or try to do stuff with social media, because that's where our world and that's where our technology is, social media. I go back to school on the 26th, and I'm taking a full-time course study, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do pretty well. Last semesters I was doing like A's and B's, but I was only doing like 2 classes, but now I'm doing double, so we'll see how the challenge goes, we'll see. Like I said, tomorrow's my birthday, 23. Probably going on a boat ride, you know what I'm saying? Like a nice little boat ride across the river with my family, and it'll be a good time. Like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. Comment, guys. I need your comments. Anything you want to say, anything at all, comment down below. Like I said, the link to my SoundCloud will be below as well, and you guys can check that out and like it, share, subscribe, or whatever you do on SoundCloud. And yeah, you guys have a rest nice of your day, and see you later.